listening to The Burn. Gaming stuff, blazing fast.
Welcome to a new episode of The Burn, podcast about gaming done blazing fast. I am Aviv Manoach.
And I am Omer Kaplan, and this is the first time that I'm recording a podcast on Saturday, which is kind of cool. I like it.
Why it's cool? What's the difference?
I don't know. It's pretty relaxing. I'm not, in the middle of. I have to clear time in the middle of my work day and worry about all these other tasks. Saturday, it's morning time. Everything's quiet. We can sit down, talk about video games. It's pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually record all of the podcasts after the workday at night, which is sometimes really not hard but challenging because you need to do the talking and everything after a full day of work. Although when we record, it's usually in the middle of the day, which is also has its own challenges and stuff. But no one is interested to hear about that.
Podcasting is challenging.
I don't know. The actual recording thing is the easiest part. After we start, it's we are talking about video games. It's fun.
Yeah.
But all the other stuff around it, like setting a schedule and deciding on a topic and writing about the topic and uploading the episode and everything. That's
Once you press record, you just go. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, so how's it going? How's life? Everything's good in Aviv land?
Yes, the usual. Complaining about the winter not being winter, working, studying. We are at the, whatever you call the vacation between semesters. And it was supposed to be until next week, but they push the vacation back a week, and the next semester will also be pushed back because there was a strike at the beginning of the school year or whatever. So a lot of students complained about not being able to finish all the projects and stuff. Me personally finished everything I need to do. So next week is basically a week off with nothing to worry about.
So lots of video games in your future. That's for sure.
I have a video game in my present. This week, the Persona 5 Strikers came out. That was stop everything. I have a new Persona 5 game to play. So, from Tuesday.
Okay, so next episode, I expect a full report.
Yeah, next episode is going to be
what you claim is the best game you played ever. So
yeah, but Strikers is a different kind of game in the same universe. So it's a bit different. But we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, so maybe next time try to convince me to start playing Persona games. So that'd be nice.
I won't try to convince you because you will never finish it.
No, not with the amount of hours you played. No, just no.
It's you stopped in Assassin's Creed Odyssey after 30 hours, and you need 30 hours is barely the tutorial in Persona 5.
I stopped after close to 60 after finishing the main quest, and then decided I'm done. So I've done the full main quest. I'm not doing the cult business there. So
there is nothing in Persona 5 that it's not a main quest. That's the thing. You need to play 140 hours to go through the entire game because that's how it's paced. But
so maybe I'll leave that through you.
Maybe. I can talk about that endlessly. But let's do the all opening thing so we can move on to the actual topics. We are The Burn, a podcast about gaming done blazing fast. In each episode, we talk about a game that we are playing and like or dislike sometimes, and also news about gaming that were over the last week or so. You can listen to all the episodes at theburn.live. That's the website. So we'll take you to our Anchor page. And you can also subscribe to all the ways that you consume podcasts from that directly. You can also follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/icel.me, one word, where I sometimes do live broadcasting for stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So the game we are talking about today is Monster Train, also known as
Monster
it's
Train.
like Slay the Spire, but with trains.
It's Slay the Train. No, so here's the thing with Monster Train. So I played a whole bunch of it. I think I'm like 15 hours already in like a very short amount of time, and this game made itself like to a lot of game of the year of 2020 list for people who really appreciate their opinion on and value their opinion on games. But I was, I got into the store page of the game in different stores, and literally, and I watched some gameplay on YouTube, and everything about watching this game and just looking at screenshot made me feel I'm not going to like this game at all. So the graphics look like one of the Flash games from the 90s. No offense. Shiny Shoe. I think Shiny Shoe is the developer.
Yes,
but
that's the
sure.
developer. Yes.
So yeah. So no offense, but graphics are not really my style. And the animations are really super basic. Soundtrack isn't
I completely disagree with you about the visuals. Actually, I think they're nice.
Yeah, I mean, when you compare it to like Slay the Spire, so it's like slightly upgraded because Slay the Spire is even worse. But I mean, it's a deck. It's like a rogue-like deck builder. So I didn't expect something like over the top. But I don't know. I didn't like really like the artistic style. The cards themselves are nice.
I kind of agree with you. It looks like a mobile game. It actually, I'll tell you what. It looks like one of those like game development packs that you can buy.
Yeah, exactly.
All the UI looks like this. It's polished, but it looks very generic. You can call it.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about it, when I look at screenshots, it's basically par for the course, right? So if you give me like roguelike, deck builder, Slay the Spire style, I look at it, I even played something along the lines of like Deck of Ashes and like Gordian Quest. They're all pretty much have the same kind of like look and feel to them. And this one is right on the money. It's like par for the course. So, it didn't like blow me,
Okay, that was the preamble, and then you played it.
Yes, and then the thing is like every time I, think I'm not going to like a game recommended by those people, I end up regretting it. It happened to me with Invisible Ink, which I refused to play just because I didn't like how it looks and how it just looking at gameplay, and then ended up regretting it. So I said to myself, okay, I'm in the mood for a roguelike deck builder. I looked at, just getting back to some of my other card games, didn't feel like that. I said, okay, I'm going to get Monster Train. And I'm happy to report I was dead wrong. The gameplay of this game is super, super, super fun. Probably didn't make it to my top 2 games of 2020, but, I played a ton of Monster Train. And you know what? If you're in the mood for a roguelike deck builder with super fun gameplay, I would strongly suggest you check out this one. So here's how it works, and this is what makes it a little bit different from your other ones in the genre. So, I mean, the main loop itself is kind of cheesy. So you're basically riding, you're representing hell, and you're riding a train with like what they call the pyre, which is a big, shiny, burning gem with all the powers of hell in it, and you're riding to defrost hell, pretty much. And you have like these different demons, and you have to defend against the forces of heaven, justice, angels, whatever. So there's your, basically your loop. So you have to ride the train to certain stops, and each stop is basically a battle. You have to go. There's a minion, there's a boss. And you have this train that have different floors in it. So you got 3 floors, and then let's call it the core, the pyre, whatever the name is. So, enemies go through the first floor. If they make it through the first floor, they climb to the next, and then the next, and you get to put your minions in each one of the floors. So it's kind of like vaguely reminding of tower defense, but not really. That you can put your dudes, or let's say demons of different kinds, on different floors. And you get your spells, you got your mana each turn that you get to spend, you have spells that increase your mana, all the different mechanisms, you got armor, you got, spell penetration thingies, you got healing powers, all that good stuff. the thing that makes this game slightly different is that, and maybe makes every run pretty unique, is that you have either 5 or 6 clans of demons, and each run you select your main clan and your support clan, or let's call it allied clan. And what it does is that every clan have their own deck. So when you do your deck building roguelike business, you get cards from your main clan, which get more cards, and you get cards from your support. And then this is, if you equivalent that to Magic the Gathering, it's like different types of card like archetypes, right? So you got your reds, you get your greens, you get your purples, you got your blues, whatever. So that's kind of nice. Between its top, you have kind of like your mid-battle thing where it's kind of like randomized, but you get, add another card to your deck, or remove some cards from your deck, or enhance your creatures, enhance your spells, and this is how you go through the world. You have a lot of, so this is what, if you listen to this podcast, it's one of my favorites. You have a lot of difficulty settings you can mess around with. You can have the game, so you basically win almost every run.
Good.
Yeah, so it's not like Slay the Spire, but you have to work hard to end the run. I basically finished like a full course on my second run, and they don't take very long. It's like, I don't know, 15 minutes per run. So you go in, you do your thing, and then at the end of each run, you get points. You kind of like level up your main clan and support clan. And when you level them up, you get more cards added to their pool. So you can kind of like mix and match. And then you unlock more clans as you go. So that's kind of nice. So that's kind of like encourage you to play more and more. And yeah, so I'm still playing on like the easy setting, finishing every run, unlocking more clans, unlocking more cards. And then if you really want, you can add mutators, which are basically stuff that's going to make the game a little bit harder. So enemies enter your terrain with more armor. Enemies have something called spikes, which is basically, reflect some of the damage you do back to your people. So, there's a way to make the game harder and you get bigger rewards, but, I'm just playing it and having fun. It's great. What else I can tell you that's awesome about this game? Let me tell you something that's not awesome. So, your pool of cards and the deck and the enemies and the different combinations that you can do are pretty awesome. The enemies themselves, they feel pretty much like lackluster in effect, in the sense that they all feel pretty much the same. I mean, every enemies, especially the bosses, have different abilities, have different things they do. They have special card decks. Some of them attack like the whole floor. Some of them put different minions on like random floors so you can get to the top floor faster. But at some point, especially when I'm playing on the easy level, I just stopped reading the descriptions of the enemies. I'm just playing solitaire. I'm just putting my dudes in a way that they're comboing and make sense, and it just works. So I guess if you're playing on the harder difficulty, the enemies make sense. Right now, they're just like cannon fodder. I'm just as long as your people's combos are good enough, then you just win every floor and you figure out the combos pretty fast. So
I think
you put the person that.
I think that's a good implementation of a difficulty system, because you can start playing the game and only take care of your own combos and stuff and learn the different combinations and cards and whatnot. And then when you want to increase the challenge, you do, and then you need to also maybe notice what the enemy's doing. So gradually you learn the game and be better of it, which is
good. That's an interesting way to look at it. I didn't think about that, but yeah. So essentially, I'm having like tons of fun just like figuring out the combos for myself, and then if I feel like we need more challenge, then we can read the enemy's text as well. But they're doing like different stuff. Then some of them I learn to recognize and like play against, but most of the time you just have to set up your people in a way that makes sense. Another thing that's really nice is that every clan has a hero, which is basically it's a card that costs 0 mana. It's in your hand at the beginning of each round. And they have abilities that you can. First of all, they kind of like have the thematic kind of like notion of the clan. So one clan is all about summoning a lot of like small minions. Another clan is all about summoning like big minions with a lot of health. So like different types of play, and you can upgrade the heroes as you go. So you pretty much can decide, whether you want your hero to be kind of like of a, one path or another. So it's kind of like an interesting mechanism just to put on top of everything else. But yeah, I mean, other than that, super fun game. You got your artifact. I mean, it's pretty much remind me of like Slay the Spire with a little bit of tower defense elements, with kind of like the more of the clan like system instead of the individual hero. So yeah, cool game. Definitely gonna play more of that, and yeah, much fun.
Good.
Yeah.
I see on the website that the game is only available right now for basically Windows platforms and Xbox. So, game company, let me know when you are available and on either the Switch or PlayStation. I don't believe that
this is
on the Switch yet. What are you doing? That's like your core demographic to be on the Switch.
Yeah, that's a must on the. I mean, if it comes out on the Switch, I'm buying it 100%. It's a classic Switch game.
Because both of us played Hand of Gilgamesh on Switch, right?
Yes.
Right, and that's a perfect game for that. But they are coming with a DLC in next month, the Last Divinity or whatever.
Nice.
So yeah, still working on the game, and of course they got a lot of attention about it. I saw it on Twitch a bunch when it launched, and as you said, it was in a bunch of Game of the Year list and stuff like that. So yeah, they did good. Despite the fact that the aesthetic, as you said, is a bit generic.
Yes, generic.
But good on them. Let's talk news. Unless
all right, what do we got? No.
Okay.
Buying it as soon as it comes out on Switch for sure.
Great. So the news this week, EA announced that they are canceling Anthem's continuous development. It was supposed to get a really big update called Anthem Next, reviving the game and stuff. And yeah, they're not going to do it anymore. They are pulling they are pulling BioWare's resources, despite the fact that Anthem was basically developed by a studio with the BioWare name, but not really the core BioWare team, whatever. But yeah, they are pulling BioWare's resources back to work on the next Dragon Age and the next Mass Effect and stuff like that. Like the franchises that bring them money. And it's kind of sad since, well...
I'm very sad.
Regardless of the jobs and whatever of people that worked on it, from a consumer perspective, let's say, Anthem was cool. Anthem was
very cool.
And the gameplay was very good. It just lacked content. And it was kind of weird that they invested so much in that, what you can basically call a tech demo, without any meaningful content. Like, it had a story that you could finish in 3 hours. The only reason you wouldn't finish in 3 hours is because they gated you in the middle to go through the open world, quote unquote, and do meaningless stuff. So you had to, they padded the runtime of the game with 2 hours of collecting and fetch quests and stuff. So the world was cool. The gameplay was very interesting and innovative even. But yeah, it was basically a tech demo and it didn't have any content. And I think it's 3 years already since it launched and they didn't do anything with it. So,
listen, I'm my hope is that somewhere down the pipeline they take all the code and revamp it into some other game. Pretty similarly to what we saw with Titanfall and Apex Legends. I don't know. Because here's the thing, they market it as the Destiny killer, and you're playing a robot, you flying, everything was, the gameplay itself was smooth. I mean, they could have done something different with the mechanics, but
Omer, you play as a guy.
I know. Okay, yeah, the pilot. Yes. Okay, fine. You could play a big dude inside a big robot that does things. Anyway, I don't know.
You play
And, like,
Iron
the whole-
Man. It was the game where you play Iron Man, and everyone was Iron Man.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, flying was great, and I don't know. I really hope something. I waited for the moment where they say, okay, well, we got some more content going on, and then I buy Anthem, and like the DLC lasts you, and they describe it for like as a 10-year venture for EA. So they had plans for it. I really hope at some point they repackage it and use the engine for something else, because
I will
Anthem
tell you what they do.
Yeah.
What we'll do. First of all, it was 2 years, not 3. It came out February 22, 2019.
Well, I thought it was 2018.
Yeah, me too. But I will tell you exactly what they do. They are going to take all of it and put it in the next Mass Effect. That's what they are going to do.
Yeah, it's not far-fetched. I mean, they have a really good world setting going on, so why not?
It was a very like I said, it was a very good tech demo. The thing is, I liked the world they created. The world building was great. I think I like it better than Mass Effect, and now we won't see it. It's not hard. I think also I liked Mass Effect Andromeda better than the core Mass Effect, and we won't see that as also. So they're taking away everything I like. Thank you, BioWare. Well, they are still making Dragon Age.
Dragon Age 4, yeah.
And I'm very much waiting for that.
I'm very hopeful for Dragon Age after like them putting all of their eggs in the Dragon Age basket now. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Also, like we are getting off topics, but I don't know who is the director for the Dragon Age franchise, if there is even one, but they did a really good like process with all of the series, because they had a first game, and then they had a second game, and then the third game, they tied everything together. They took 3 games that were completely separate in far of the story and stuff, and brought them together, made a really good story. And then the only thing that I'm annoyed with is that the base game doesn't have the ending. They put the actual ending in a DLC, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, that's off topic. What I want to say regarding Anthem is that, like, a month ago, if they would have announced this cancellation, I would told you that, well, the cooperative game as a service market died down. Basically, we have Destiny and that's it, and no one is making that anymore. But then last week, Outriders came out. And not only did Outriders came out, they put out a full playable free demo for the game with progression that will stay with you to the full game. So you can download the demo and play how much of it you want, and then in I don't know when the game is coming out.
I think it's in April.
Okay, so yeah, coming April 1st. So in a month, when you get the full game, you will have everything you did in the demo, and that's kind of an unheard of thing in this current time frame. Like, no one puts out demos
I'm excited
anymore.
for Outriders.
Yeah, so it looks like the cooperative online RPG market is still alive and kicking. At least
for sure. I can tell you that. So going a little bit off topic, Destiny came out with a huge update for their next season, and they're basically, maybe as a response to Outriders and all the other games coming out, they gave the community everything they wanted. In Destiny, you're getting transmog. They doing some experiments with power levels, so it's like easier to get into, and you don't have to super grind for power levels. You get you customize the game in the way that you want. So I think we're just getting started in the co-op market, so it's gonna be interesting. And I didn't follow what's his name, the game that you like that everybody look weird.
What, Warframe?
Warframe, Space Ninja jumping.
Space Ninjas, exactly.
Yeah, so they have like a huge community and it's a great game. So I'm excited for Outriders.
I kind of put Warframe aside because it's a free-to-play game, so it's kind of working in a different market. Although it's basically the same type of players, but it's hard to compare the free-to-market space to Destiny and Outriders and stuff. I just went on the Outriders Steam page and I saw, wait, the developers is People Can Fly. Where do I know this name? And then I go to the developer page and I see those are the guys that made Bulletstorm.
Oh, interesting.
And Bulletstorm is amazing.
Yeah, Bulletstorm is great.
Okay, so that's
and it comes out on Stadia, which get me excited.
Well, yeah. That will start to be interesting because you haven't yet played a multiplayer game on Stadia.
No, I played Destiny. I played Destiny on
Stadia.
You
did play Destiny? Okay, we need to do an episode on that. Maybe we'll do Destiny 2 episodes.
Literally played Destiny yesterday on Stadia even.
Cool. So. Maybe we'll do a Destiny episode because I played Destiny a lot. Not recently, but... But I played it a lot, so we'll do an episode of that as well. A last bit of news I wanted to add before we'll finish. ESA, the Entertainment Software Association. It's a US-based association of people in video games, and they have two things they do. One is a yearly report, an annual report about the audience for video games. And the other thing is the E3 conference. And the interview they gave this year was this week, not this year. My dog is barking in the background. It's with me. An interview they gave this week was about the future of E3 because of COVID and everything. And they are first of all there are dates for it. It's going to be June 15th through the 17th, and they are saying it's going to be right now, unless the plan is for it to be fully online, which surprises no one. But it's a confirmation after CES was online and everything. CES is weird because you wouldn't think that an event like CES would be successful online because you need to be on the show floor and see all the cool gadgets people are selling. But E3, all the games are digital anyway. Who cares if it's online?
It should have been online
years ago,
but But then
over
you got all these
like 5 years or so, all the press conferences were broadcasted live anyway. So what's the difference, basically?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. And also, like, PAX became online this year, last year, and stuff like that. There is really, beside like, okay, I take it back. There is a place for show floor, like trying out the new games and stuff, but for press conferences and announcements.
Yeah, maybe when like new hardware is involved, then maybe, but
right.
I think
And then you look at CES and you're thinking, how did the electronic consumer showcase was in online format? You don't know. Consumer electronic, not electronics.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Yes.
So yeah, those are news. And I think we're done. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm actually going to play some Destiny right after the show, so it's going to be great.
I'm going back to Persona 5 Strikers. And that will be that. Okay, cool. So this is all we have on the show today. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Omer, for being here with me and telling about.
Thank you for hosting.
Monster Train. You're welcome. You can find both of us online on Twitter. I'm Icel and Omer is Omer Kaplan. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and leave your reviews on the preferred listening app. You can find all of those at dburn.live. And finally, as always, our opening theme was created by Ann Durko with vocals by Fishy Twitch, both on Twitter as well. Thank you, and we will be with you next time.
See you soon.
Bye-bye!